Okay, Jax is asleep and I'm ready to make a video. Here we go. Hi, my name is Danny. I'm currently 18 weeks pregnant with my second child and I make motherhood and lifestyle videos. I really wanted to make this video because I know that when I was a first-time mom, I felt extremely overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that is out there for babies. Once you start clicking on stuff, you get so many ads for things and you're just like, I don't need that. Wait, do I need that? It's just kind of like, oh, what do I do? I am here today to do that for you because we just need help. We mamas need to help each other out. Amen. So I would like to describe this list that I've created as somewhere between minimal and not minimal. This is just a list of items that I've compiled that I think weed out all the things that you really don't need to put on your registry, as well as things which just make your life a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to make comments throughout on things that you might not actually need and things you could replace those items with that you probably have in your house already. So let's just jump into it. Let's get it started. In terms of categories, you think about like, what is it that babies actually need? What is it that they do? So they eat, they sleep, they poop, and I would say they need comfort. They come out in their birthday suit and they're gonna need clothes, they're gonna need blankets, they're gonna need things like that. So I'm gonna tell you the category and the things I have listed under that category. Also, I'm gonna link down below items that worked really well for us. None of the items in this video are sponsored. I've used these things. I've used this for my first kid. I'm gonna use it for my second kid and it's gold. So the first category I have is eat. I recommend just having minimal amount of bottles. I recommend 5. And the reason why, you really just don't want to have a ton of bottles on your counter, especially if you don't have very much counter space. Do you want to nurse? Do you want to only bottle feed? If you aren't sure, what I would say is really good is to research nursing. Even if you are choosing to solely nurse, I would recommend having bottles on hand because you just never know. For me, it was really difficult for like the first 4 months. Just do your research, talk to your OB. There's 2 different ways to clean bottles. So you have all these parts. You can stick them in a pot. You get the water to boiling, you boil them for 10 minutes, or you can buy a sanitizer and bottle warmer. There's sanitizers, there's bottle warmers. I personally like the ones that do both. You want to make sure that the sanitizer warmer is big enough for the bottles that you're going to be registering for. So I say 5 bottles because if you're going the route of having a sanitizer bottle warmer, once the baby's done with it, yourself or your partner can just go in, clean it really quick and put it in the sanitizer. If you have your baby, you know, wear your baby in a wrap, or you can set your baby down in like a baby lounger or a Moses basket or whatever. Clean it really quick. That way it's just like off the counter. There's just no mess. I don't really like the idea of having just a pot on the stove because then when you go to cook, you have this pot and then you have to wait to fill the pot up with enough stuff to like boil, and then you're probably going to need more bottles than that. So I feel like finding the sanitizer warmer is the best thing to do. Yes, it takes up counter space, but it takes up significantly less counter space than a big giant pot. You're going to want to find the heads. There's different flows for how old your baby is. I know these Advent bottles come with a size 2 and you really want to start off with a size 1. You can find charts online for the different companies. Bottle brush, find one that has something that can clean head. Drying rack. You can either choose to use your own drying rack or you can have a separate drying rack. You want milk storage bags. The next thing is a pump. You really want to check with your insurance or like the hospital that you're giving birth at, because a lot of the times you can rent them for free. Afterwards, I did have to buy my own pump. So the next thing is an item that's actually for mom, and I wouldn't register for this: nursing bras. And I'm not talking the cheap $10 Amazon bras. Like, I know you're going to be tempted to buy those cheap $10 Amazon bras. Don't do it. I did it, regret. Feels like there's enough support, and then after it goes through the wash a few times, there's just not. Invest, especially if you're a first-time mom and you're planning on having more kids down the line. You're gonna want burp cloths. I put 12 because we don't have a washer or a dryer. We have to go someplace to do that. So you want to make sure that they're absorbent. Some of them are not. You're gonna go to the store and you're gonna be really tempted to put a boppy pillow on your registry to nurse your baby. If you're planning on nursing your baby for longer than 6 months, your baby is eventually going to outgrow the boppy. I remember getting to a point, like, I was Googling, how do you nurse a large baby? What I did is I went to Target and I bought like a $4 pillow and it worked great. You can buy different covers for it. You could even buy like a drool protector that might help against accidents and spit up, I think you're gonna save yourself a lot of money. Okay, the next section is labeled sleep. Crib, a mattress for the crib. You wanna make sure that the mattress is the right size. Sheets, I wrote 3 to 4, and then mattress protectors, 3 or 4. We layered them over the mattress so that if we had an accident in the middle of the night, we could just pull off the layer and there was a whole nother set ready to go. Super easy peasy. Figure out your sleeping situation. Yes, you can put your baby directly into a crib and not deal with all of the baby loungers and the Moses basket. I do find that having a Moses basket is really helpful. So this is one of those things where you could go minimal and you could be like, I'm not doing that. Or if you want to be able to set your baby down around the house, you can always take the basket out of the stand, put it where you need to put it. And there were some times where Jax would wake up in the middle of the night and I would just like put my hand on it and rock it because it was one of the rocking Moses stands, and he would just go right back to sleep. Make sure that you have a mattress in there and liners. You want different types of swaddles because babies have personalities and have likes and dislikes. There's zipper swaddles, Velcro swaddles, swaddles that are a sheet. There's like one type of swaddle called like a halo. You can wrap the baby's arms in or you can wrap them out to train them to have their arms out before they roll over, because once they start rolling, you're not supposed to put them in a swaddle. That constricts their arms. You're gonna want a baby monitor. I have seen a minimalist say that you don't need a baby monitor. I don't know what that life is like. I'm too anxious, so I need one. But if you live in a small house and you really aren't too worried about it, you don't absolutely need a monitor. It's just reassuring for anxious moms like myself. I put a sound machine with a plug/battery option, especially if you live in a neighborhood where everyone's chainsawing, like just randomly throughout the day, because they can. But the great thing is I put my child in his room, I turn on the sound machine to a nice rain setting, and he just sleeps and he doesn't hear any of that. I say you want one with a battery option so that if the power goes out, your sound machine keeps going. Okay, so the next section is relief. I didn't know what else to name it, okay? Diapers. If you're doing cloth diapers, you'll want to research that. I do have a YouTuber that I really enjoy watching who has made a beautiful video on how to cloth diaper, and then a second video on things she wished she had known when she first started. I will link those down below. Wipes, rash cream. Now with the rash cream, I'm not a minimalist because I have learned that for some rashes, you can use some rash cream, and then for other rashes, you need to use a different cream. I don't know why that is. That's just the way it is. I put a pail. I've had a bunch of moms tell me that they just put a trash can outside their front door or their back door in their garage because they don't want to deal with the smell. Diaper pails break. They're electronic. They don't work when the power is out. There's diaper pails that look good, and then when you put your hand through the little slot, your hand gets that word that everybody loves, moist. I'm so sorry. I found a diaper pail that I really, really enjoy. I'm gonna link it below, but we've been using this diaper pail for 19 months and we've never had a problem with it. I forgot to say diaper bag. Some women prefer just using a swaddle or a blanket to change their kids' diapers on out in public. I really like having a portable changing pad. This is our portable changing pad. Got a little space here and a head pad to put your baby on. In one slot, you can put the diapers, and in the other slot, you can put the wipes. This one comes with a zipper, so we put the rash cream in there. And I love it because we travel or have traveled quite a bit. I have had some poop explosions that I just don't feel like a blanket would have sufficed. A changing station. It's behind me, this little like foam pad, and then I have kind of the same deal going on. I have sheets and liners, or you can get something called a kikaroo. You can just wipe it down. Health. Okay, so I started off with bath time. You can either choose to buy a baby tub that goes in the sink, or you can put it in the regular tub. You don't have to have one. You can put a rag at the bottom of the sink so that they don't slip around. I would say buy a 2-in-1 baby shampoo and bath wash. It gives you less bottles to just have around. You want to find some kind of moisturizer for your baby after the bath. When babies do get sick and their noses get stuffy, they have a really hard time breathing. You can buy the next thing that I'm about to talk about, and that helps, but a humidifier also helps really well on top of it. Okay, I'm going to show you this item. I'm just going to let you imagine for a second what this might be for, and then I'll tell you. Okay. If you've not seen one of these before, this is a snot sucker. No, the snot does not go up your mouth. There is a filter. I've got a pack of them, so I can just replace that as needed. We have saline spray, and this just breaks up the snot. Then I use this. It's never gone into my mouth, I promise. We're going on to comfort. The first thing I have on my list is pacifiers and the clips. For comfort, I wrote clothes. First of all, you don't really need to register for clothes because people will just give you clothes. I would recommend after you've had your baby shower and you kind of take inventory of what it is that you need, 10 to 12 full-on outfits. I wouldn't think of it as like, how many pants do I need? How many rompers do I need? How many shirts do I need? That worked really well for me and my husband as a family that only goes and does laundry 1 day a week. 10 to 13 pajamas. They tend to have more accidents at night. I think it's because they're wearing the outfit for the long haul. You want a place to store their clothes. A lot of parents will go and register for a diaper changing table. What really works is to have not just like the surface on the top, but to have drawers down below. So you want to look for a chest of drawers. You just want to make sure you measure the top of the dresser so that way you can know if the baby changing station, whatever you registered for, should go there. And then the last thing for comfort is a hamper, somewhere to store dirty clothes. It can be your hamper in your bedroom or a hamper you put in their room. Okay, I have an other section, things that didn't really fit in my list. You want to find a car seat. There's other car seats when they get older, but you want to start off with the infant car seat. You want a stroller, and then if you're going to get an infant car seat and a stroller, you want to make sure that the car seat can fit into the stroller in the beginning. So they can't really like sit up in the stroller when they're newborns. So just to have that option is really good. And then a carrier. We bought a really cheap carrier off of Amazon and it broke. We have gone through so many different wraps. The things that I think worked the best were the Solly Baby wrap for when the baby's much smaller, and then also the Secura Bloom Scout. There's certain items that are way more worth investing in if you're gonna have more children. I honestly feel like a carrier is one of them because they get used a lot. And then I have a section for mom. These are items that you may not want to put on your registry, things that you might want to buy yourself or just ask specific family members to purchase. I obviously had the nursing bras in a different section, but in this section I have nursing pads. You can do reusable or disposable cream. The hospital is going to give you something called lanolin. I think that's how you pronounce it. It just really doesn't work. I would say invest in a good cream that is organic so that you don't have to wipe it off before feeding your child the next time. Those nursing covers that everyone has seen, and you can put them on car seats, you can put them on like everything. I find that it was really difficult to see what I was doing. Newborns really need a lot of help and guidance. And I have a really embarrassing photo that I'll put right here. This is probably one of the worst days of my newfound motherhood life. Like I had said in my last video, the day after coming home from the hospital after having major surgery, I fell in my driveway. My ankle is the size of a sausage. I was at the doctor's. I was trying to nurse Jax. Tim thought it was a really great moment to take a photo. You see how like I had to put my head under to like figure out what was happening. Swaddles are really great for nursing because you can just take like the end, wrap it around your bra strap, take the other end, wrap it around that bra strap, and then you have a nice blanket cover. It's way easier to see what's happening. Also, your baby isn't sweaty under that because they're usually made of cotton. So there are some things that I didn't mention on this list. Things like books, toys, because people are just gonna give them to you anyway, whether you register for them or not. High chair, because your baby doesn't start eating solids until around 4 or 6 months. I'm sure I forgot something along the way. But again, this is just a list to guide you in the right direction. Take things that you want to take, leave things off that you don't think you'll need. I hope you found this video to be helpful. And again, my name is Danny and I make motherhood and lifestyle videos. If you're interested in seeing more videos about the topic of pregnancy or following along in my journey, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.